Greetings and welcome back to Grounded. As you can see, I have done quite a bit of work on the base. I was able to get the rest of the floor over here and set up where my storage is going to be. I've run out of clover leaves and sap, as well as grass planks and stems. But yeah, I'm going to have 4 jerky racks over here, so that when I get the finished doing the walkway down here to catch the gnats at night, I will have a plentiful supply of jerky. I have moved the crafting stations over here, the 2 spinning wheels right behind the workbench, and the smithing station right beside it. All of them should be able to reach all of these storages when I get them complete. I've got the grinder over here. There will be a second floor here. Right now this location is temporary. I'm going to put stairs up over here to reach another floor. Up above here is where I'm going to have the smoothie station and the oven for doing my cooking. And I will probably move the garden patches up there and move the dew catchers right here. I'm going to have 2 of them. Speaking of dew catchers,
Nice and clean.
now I also need some food, but I have to go out and collect more grass, more sprigs, more clover. I'm going to need my plank pallet. I can chop down all of this clover here just to get the clover I need to finish the chests.
Petey senses tingling.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm trying to move stuff. Leave me alone. Got 2 I can't carry. So let's get back up here. At least it didn't hit me and make me drop the stack I was carrying. Oh, and one other thing you may notice. In addition to working on the second level here, I'm also working on a walkway extending from this branch over here so I can get to that area there. And this would allow me to stay on the upper areas headed back and forth between the areas. I just need a way up here. I don't believe I have access to the ladders yet. No, I do not see the ladder. I believe I don't get access to the ladders until after I finish the hedge lab. I believe that's enough grass for now. I need stems next. I also have a little bit more sap. Let's go ahead and get some aphid jerky going here. Then we'll do some weevil jerky next. Just start making all the different types of jerky. Alright, we got some aphid jerky. Let's just stick it in here for now. And it looks like these have grown. Now we have to chop them down. The one thing is they will fall around, which is why you don't want to put these right at the edge, because then you'll have to go chase them down. Now, unfortunately, since I do still have a gap next to it, I am going to have to go down to get some of the leaves that have fallen. Looks like I'm one leaf shy. Let's go ahead and plant this. Now, it takes 15 hours for these to grow, but it's a source of clover for me. And what I'm really holding up on now is sap, though. No items hot deposited. I didn't have anything with clover in it. There we go. Now these, I'm missing stems, so I do need to go dandelion hunting to get some more stems. I will need that. And I'll need to go get some drink. Now where's that clover that fell? There it is down there. Let's go top off our drink and then head down there with the stem pallet.
Water filtration tablets needed.
And I forgot to scout out a location that has dandelions, but I can see a couple over that way. So we'll just head that way. And that should be, yeah, those are 3. That's that hill I've been returning to on a regular basis with the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and top off on some mushrooms here.
Choke it down, Pete.
Actually, let's collect a few mushrooms. We can put them in the planter as well when we've got a sufficient clover. Where did the other 2 go? There they are. Alright, I'm going to have to knock those down. Where'd the dandelion tuft go? It's also up there.
Ant spotted.
I think what I'm going to do is just chop down the grass to get to these. That wasn't the grass I needed to chop down. This one is. Now, where's that dandelion tuft? There. Let's just see if we can shake this one loose. That would be a no. Alright, I guess we're going to have to chop it down. So I've got 4 more to come back for grass-wise after I take these back. I'll just haul this whole thing back, do a little bit of construction, and then head back out and grab that grass. I could probably replace that with a half piece instead. Let's see. Cancel that. Where'd the rope go? Let's go to half floors. Well, it doesn't quite look like it fits up, but that still works. I need to get this floor. I'm out of weed stems. So let's finish off this. No, that needs bombardier parts. I had something else that needed stems. What the hell was it? I guess I'll put one there. We'll just head toward the spacer station. Take these grass back. And any that won't fit on the pallet, we'll just stick in the grinder. That way we won't have loose grass laying around. And we're going to need a lot of plant fiber anyway. I need an easier means to get up over here. I am probably going to add like a ladder when I can get it there. Oh, wrong button. Right, 2 to stick in the grinder. Alright, we got a bunch of dandelions around here. Where'd the other 2 go? There they are. And I do not see the dandelion tuft. There it is. Why am I having such a hard time finding these last 2? Alright, so it was right around here that I cut it down. It fell that way. Where the hell is it? Yeah, I seem to have misplaced 2 stems. The one I just cut down was around here, I think. The pollen was right here. There's always 6, and I only found 4. Let me get higher up. Maybe I'm just not seeing it because I'm too damn low. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to write those 2 stems off. I've only got bringing 22 back instead of 24. Because I have no idea where they fell. And I'm not seeing them up in the grass anywhere. Unless that's them. That's one of them. There's the other. Okay, we found them. These are not ready yet. Still. Got dark pretty quick. Just stand in the middle here and hit N. That'll deposit everything I can. Well, didn't let him go long enough to get completely full, but we're able to collect all 4 of those from here. Gets more of our chest up and running. Almost got them all, and then I can start sorting this stuff. Now, since I've got all these jerky racks up, it won't be too long before I can start hunting gnats again, and just anything I don't roast up for food, I can turn into jerky. Now, to make the tier 2 equipment, let's see, I need berry leather for the hammer. I need a ladybug head for the axe. I can, after I get a little bit more of this done, head over toward my waypoints over there because they do still need to be named. Still haven't gotten Plank Cliff. And head over to my waypoints over there and go into the haze a bit and see if I can find some ladybug parts. Since I don't like killing ladybugs. I also need to name those two locations. That's where I go for fireflies, I think it was. Yeah, unfortunately, fireflies and bees, you can't really get without killing them. You won't really find firefly and bee parts too often. Now, since I have an abundance of plant fiber in one of these chests, one thing I could be doing is hanging up plant fiber to dry out and make dried grass that way. I mean, I am getting a lot more plant fiber than I'm going to be turning into rope anyway. So yeah, I can just let them dry out, these clover already. And this still has about 7 more minutes. I won't be able to get back this way just yet, but I can use this to head over here. Well, maybe I can get up here and jump to it for now. Yeah. So right now I do have a means to stay up above where the spiders are and just traverse via these leaves and such to stay on the high ground until I get to here, which leads straight to the Burgles area.
I wonder if I could keep that aphid as a pet.
Kill weevils. And that should be enough to get us one of the upgrades for the... What is it called again? Scabby. One of the Scabby upgrades for the detector. And to get back, I just need to get back up on this. Let's see, if I come around from here, what I really want is like a ladder right here that gets me back up there. But I can go up this way. And another, if I get a ladder, I can get up there and make another scaffolding to go around so that I stay up top the entire time. But yeah, I can get up here, which gets me back to the safe area when the wolf spiders are active. As soon as I get a ladder, that would be a little bit easier to get up onto. And I do want to have an easier entrance to my base as well. Probably a ladder right here. Because I don't want bugs to be able to jump up here and start getting at my food. I need this area up higher because sometimes ants can get up on those, and I don't want them to have easy access to where I keep my food. Got 3. I'll let it go a little bit longer. It'll have 5, I think, by the end. And I forgot to scout out a good place for dandelions, but I'm willing to bet over here where the stink bug is, they are back. There's about 5 over in a cluster over here. Yeah, they're back. But first, we're going to have to deal with the stink bug.
Feel a little less squishy now.
Because I'm pretty sure he is back as well. I don't see him. There he is. I tell you what, before we get back to doing this, I will leave my pallet over here. Let's head over towards our other area, see if my spare spears are there now that I have more inventory space. If they're not, I can make more, and we can take out these stink bugs a lot easier by chucking spears at them. Let's go ahead and collect some plant fibers, just in case we get near a place we can set up a trail marker. I have Birdbath Bluff I'm not going near, but Fallen Oak Branch I might be going near. Now I need clovers. I need a few more clovers. There should be some in the vicinity here. We're near water, which is usually where you find the clovers. Also need to collect some sap while I'm wandering around. Just get enough to make 3 trail markers. One more of those should work. How did my spear end up way over here? Well, since we're near a science station, let's go ahead and upgrade our spacer, our scabby, to detect science. Could also use a few more eggs if I can sneak in there and grab some without them noticing. No, I took the chest from here. I don't have the chest here anymore. So I probably moved it back to the spacer station. Let's head over there and see if I've still got some baskets over there. I have one. There's my spears. And my pet memorial, which I still need to set up over there where he died. Now let's go ahead and get our
Feeling a little safer now.
mask on. Let's equip it. Yeah, that's how we set it up. We equip it. So it was right over here that the poor thing came in and died. Now, one thing about these, now one thing about it detecting science is it will also detect the spinners. And I got to keep an eye on this, otherwise ants will come over here and eat it. I can top off on some ant parts. Well, there's a ladybug. Maybe it will wander into the haze and die. But I can top off on some ant parts. I'm stuck, and I hear a second ladybug because that other one isn't close enough yet. There it is. There's the other ladybug way over there in the haze. Let's see if one of the larvae goes after me, they'll end up fighting the ladybug. That's an infected ladybug. I saw another non-infected ladybug over that way. There we go. We've started... there's the other ladybug. Did that thing just one-shot the larva? Or just launch the larva or something? Yeah, it's getting back out before it dies. And this one's also going to make it out before it dies. Maybe. If we can get a larva's attention, it can kill the larva for us. I hear larvae. They're down in there.
Stay away! I spy.
Yeah, this ladybug's about to die. Got a ladybug hit. That's exactly what I needed to make the hammer. But while we're over this far, we can go ahead and get that trail marker. I need to switch back to my ant helm so that the warriors don't aggro on me. I could also use some mandibles from them. Maybe I can get a stink bug war going over here. Oh, it's about to wander into a stink bug war anyway. Because as soon as a warrior sees it, it's on. Of course, it may also get into a bombardier fight over here. Two bombardier beetles. going to have to get past these bombardier beetles. Oh, one of them got killed by the stink bug. That was convenient.
Ant spotted.
See, we're near another one of our
Detecting a soldier ant in our area. Proceed with caution.
markers that we need to rename. I hear a spider just outside. What is this marker called? Jabby Cola. Jabby Cola. Alright, got that one renamed. Just one more way over here, and then of course the Plank Cliff marker. Now this is what this thing is detecting. That's one of the unfortunate things, is it will detect these mixers, which right now I can't handle the mixers. You need better gear than what I have to be able to do a mixer. There's my base. Hello, spider. Can I creep around this way? No. So I've got to go around this rock to be able to get into my base. I still haven't finished the basket over here. I need rope. Where's my trail marker? Ah, yes. This was Stepping Stone Summit, I believe. And that just leaves the Plank Cliff. It's almost 7.
I spy.
I'm not going to make it all the way over there before nightfall. Might as well stay here for the night. Do I have the materials to make that rope? I have the materials to make 2 rope. Let's go get a little bit more plant fiber and come back. And just go ahead and make these rope. I should start carrying rope with me. I know I said I was going to start doing that, but I keep auto-depositing it. See if we can find some dewdrops on the way back. There's one. There's one.
Hello, Mr. B. If I follow you, will you lead me to honey or to an early grave?
There's
Be
one
on the lookout.
few spots where if you're lucky, you can lure a
Be on the lookout.
stink bug over to aggro the bees, but the stink bug usually won't kill the bees because the bees will get out of their range. Because the bees tend to fly up above and then charge down, so they don't spend enough time in the stink. There, got this basket set up. Now from here, this is the branch, the fallen oak branch. So we'll go ahead and set a waypoint there. And that's pretty close to Plank Hill. So we will head that way to set up this marker. should probably be collecting clay, too. Too high for me to jump for. I need some lower dewdrops, because those will hit the water before I can do anything with them. Pollen. There's a lower one.
Nice and clean.
It's another way to get ladybug parts, because the soldier ants will aggro on them. And when they fight back, bunches of ants will come after them, but they tend to kill a lot more ants than the ants can take out the ladybugs. While we're here, I do have something to check.
Science!
Ladybug mount, ladybug faceplate. Ladybug shin guards and chest plate, the stuffed ladybug, and the repair glue. So the ladybug armor is the tier 2 heavy armor. Terrifying visage crafted from the shard of ladybug shell increases blocking strength, which is really good. This is like your go-to armor when you're solo or if you're the tank of the group. Ladybug chest plate, torso armor crafted from shards of ladybug shell, and protective shin armor made from bits of tough, beautiful ladybug shell. Of course, we've got the mount and the stuffed ladybug and the ladybug parts. Water flea roast is what showed up here. Cooked chunk of water flea, not as juicy as it is raw, but much more delicious. Fallen oak branch. We're near some science. Ah, yeah, it's up there. Now, I should be able to get quite a bit of sap here. Also, quite a few mites around here. As you see, this tree was crawling with mites. Or this branch, rather. Most of them ended up jumping off. I think this is the one we need to go up. I'll see it when I get closer. Am I up the correct one? Yes, there it is. Now, right below us should be a science station. And I don't have the shelter set up yet, but I am going to go ahead and put shelter here. And this is Fallen Oak Station. Fallen Oak Branch Station. Or Fallen Branch Station. And I believe it was that shade of purple. Yes. Yeah, there's a science station right below me, which we'll go ahead and unlock. We can make a red ant helmet and kill larvae. I can do both of those. Now we've got some items around here, I think. First, shrinking.
Verbal transcription unit 89.4.14. Order number 80.
Virgil, are you there?
Yes, sir. It appears that the shrinking process has not overly affected my functionality. I do not know how this is possible. I previously believed that all the parts of my functional unit were required for operation, but apparently they were not. Perhaps that means I have some extra storage space.
Haha, very philosophical. Do you feel anything else?
No, everything appears to be the same. Though I have come to realize that this world is absolutely covered in filth. It is quite concerning. You may wish to wash your hands before returning to work.
Alright, there's a bunch of mites on top of here. I guess it was just two. Alright, so right over here is a good spot for a base. It is surrounded, this is a great field of sprigs here. But yeah, right in this shelter here, not too far from that base. Let's go ahead and start setting up a camp here. We're going to need a fire pit. A lean-to. And a basket. We're going to need more clover, more crude rope, but there's plenty of fiber around here. I need 2 more fiber to make that rope. So we need 5 clover leaves, 2 more stones, or pebblets. There should be some clover, yeah, right nearby. And we have a rotten larva blade. I still need a few more pebblets.
Disturb the mites and they'll bite.
There's bound to be a few pebblets around here. There's some. There. We've got a little makeshift base set up over here. Right below Fallen Branch Station marker. And there is a station not too far. And this is a great place to come collect sprigs. And mite fuzz and sap. And that is not what I meant to interact with. I need to analyze this rotten larva blade.
Science.
Did not unlock any new recipes because we already have that one. We did unlock the rotten larva blade description. Rotting blade found stuck in a pebble. Its slimy texture and offensive odor suggests it's been here for quite some time. Now that is only a tier 1 weapon, the larva blade. Now we are just due south. On the other side of the branch here is basically where that last trail marker I need to set up is. Let's go ahead and take 10 sprigs back.
Get that ant go.
These will respawn. But yeah, the Billy Hog Getting Jet. And I think there may be, yes, food sources on the other side of it. We have cookie sandwiches and an apple. Two more sap will complete a stack. There we go. Now another thing they fixed, which was causing rendering problems for a lot of people, was the ants used to continually pile up food in their anthill. Now they'll stop after there's sufficient food, so you won't have like a pile of 100 food littering the floor, causing latency issues or graphics rendering issues, video lag basically. One more pebblet will give me a full stack. That's a wolf spider in there. Alright, we're just going to run from these guys right now to get up here and rename this. So this is Plank Cliff. Now we still need to kill larvas. Inventory wise, I don't know. Yeah, I should be able to carry some larva materials. Let's see. I haven't killed any larva. But we do have food we can cook up and potentially eat. Now I should have a base nearby here. Yeah, chop can. I can duck in here and cook up this weevil meat. While that's cooking, I think I can go check and see if I can fill up this. There's bound to be some dew nearby. There we go. Got it. Now hopefully an ant has not wandered over here and tried to get into the can to get my food. Now let's just go ahead and roast up the last 2 weevils. So we'll have some food for tomorrow. And I could go ahead and repair some of these spears. I do have the pebblets on me. Now we can head back along near Trowel Gulch. There were some larvae over this way. Let's go ahead and go to our spears. Yeah, we're near the water. There's a big cluster of larvae right over here. And we could actually go ahead and set up this other base I like to have set up here near where the bombardier beetles are. Which reminds me, how many bombardier parts do I have? I have enough to finish that last jerky rack.
One long schnoz built for sniffing.
Yeah, right around here is where the larvae usually are. There they are. Let's go on past them and set up this base over here. Now, what shall I call this base? Well, since I mainly plan on coming over here to hunt bombardier beetles, let's see where to set it up. Right on this ridge. We need a basket. We need a fire pit. And we need a lean-to. I need to make, I need 6 clovers. That's 2 clovers. I need 9 dried, 2 dried grass. And I need 9 plant fiber to make the rope. Well, the plant fiber should be easy to come by. It'll be here on the ground. Clover's right here. I just need to chop down 2 of these and I can make what I need. Now I need some dried grass. Now it's going to be a little bit difficult to find dried grass over in this area, but there is some not too far down to the south, I believe. There might be a few over this way. But the easiest way to find it is to head south. Because I do know there is dried grass along here. You look confused. Yeah, there's a dried grass right there. Over the water. And there's some right there. I just need 2, so... Oh, I do need a trail marker, so I am going to need 2 more plant fiber. 2 sprigs. I believe I have the sprigs. Yes. And 1 more clover. So let's chop down another clover. So yeah, we do need to set up a trail marker here. Let's put it right here. Bombardier Copse shelter. What color have I been using for my resting spots? Gray. That's right. So we finally did get all of our previous trail markers set up with names so they're easy to spot. It does create a little bit of clutter, but you can deactivate them on the map. Yeah, toggle HUD markers. See if I can get a couple of larvae
Worse than my mom's Brussels sprouts.
before I camp for the night. Got 1. I gotta collect all these arrows again. There, that's all my arrows. 17 was all I had. So the bow is not complete. Oh, my backpack is full. Did I leave anything on the ground over here? I've got the larva spike. I don't know what else larva would drop that I can't remember. But we do have a a chest over here that I can stash stuff in if I need to. And as a matter of fact, let's stash the clover, the sprigs. Sort this. That ought to be good. The clover and the sprigs, or in the dried grass. Yeah. I'm actually hungry enough I can clear up another inventory spot by eating this meat that's about to rot. It wouldn't last through the night if I slept.
Don't even need to boil it.
Now it's getting a little dark, so I think I will camp for the night before I take on the rest of the larvae I need. We're going to call this an episode, so thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.